And we are live, coming to you from Lacasse Park in Tecumseh, Ontario, as the heavyweights of the OCAA are set to do battle in the OCAA men's baseball tournament. My name is Dan Dominguez, and I, along with the We Digital crew, will be bringing you all the action here on WeDigital.ca. Both teams won their matchups earlier in the day. St. Clair beat Fanshawe 5-3, and Humber defeated Centennial 10-0. As we have the battle of the undefeateds here on day 2 of the tournament. There's a look at the St. Clair bench. They're going to be coming to bat first. They're the visitors here. We got big Brandon Deans on the mound. Here is the batting order. Ethan Palos in center. Appleyard. Josh Anderson nursing a bit of a hamstring injury, so he's at DH. Henry Rial, catcher. Robinson. Finley at third. Carter Ray. Riley Briggs. And Spencer Moran rounding things up as the 9-hitter. Dean's taking his final warm-up tosses. And both teams are fired up. Here's the defensive lineman. The battery mate for Brandon Deans is Tyrus Bath. Turner is on first. Egger in second. Botu shortstop. Brody on third. Lockwood left. Groves in center. And White in right field. The OCAA Pitcher of the Year on the mound, averaging about 2 strikeouts an inning. And we're underway. The righty fires a fastball in there for ball 1. The benches are fired up. Crowds for supporting both teams here at the grandstands at Lacasse Park. The 1-0. 2-0. These two teams had a spirited game earlier in the season. They split a doubleheader early in the season. St. Clair won the first game, but Brandon Deans, even though he fell behind early, they battled back, and he pitched a complete game to record the win. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Both teams only lost once this season, 17-1 during the regulation, and the only losses came against each other in that split doubleheader. The 2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2. Deans is fired up. He reaches low 90s on the gun. St. Clair keeps track of behind home plate. The 2-2. Fastball chopped to third base, deep at third, fired over the first, in time for out number 1. Good play by Brody over third base. He had the weight on that ball. You'll see it chopped over them. He couldn't charge it. He had to wait for the big hop. Strong arm across the diamond to record out number 1. So the players are fired up. The crowd's fired up. Hey, I'm fired up for this one. And the We Digital crew all over the stadium here at Lacasse Park, bringing you all the action. 0-1, a strike on the first pitch. The Saints, the road team, even at their home diamond. Swing and a miss, high fastball, blows it by them. The Saints having trouble catching up to that heat. Let's see what Deans has if he goes fastball or pulls the string on 0-2. Fastball in the dirt. So no score. We're really early in this one. 1 out, top of the first inning. 1-2, Appleyard. He was the leading hitter for the Saints this year. Strike 3 looking. Blows a fastball by him. Dean's fired up on the mound. The big 6'4" righty. Fired up. Dean, 6'4", out of Mississauga, a former D1 athlete in the States. Misses low. Went to Oakland University for a couple of seasons, just outside of Detroit. In there for strike 1, 1-1. Deans from the windup. High. Out of the strike zone, 2-1. 2-1 pitch. Check swing. They appeal over to first base. Called ball 3. 3-1. The Saints look to get their first base runner of the game. 3-1 count to D.H. Anderson. Hit hard over the shortstop's head. In there for a base hit. A 2-out single for Josh Anderson. Got it in on his fist, but he's able to muscle that over the shortstop's head. And the Saints have the first hit of the ball game. There's Dean's numbers on the year. 5-0 record. He tied for the league lead. But look at those strikeouts. 63 strikeouts in 31 innings. Over 2 strikeouts an inning with a minuscule 1.58 ERA. Easily the OCAA pitcher of the year. So first time out of the set position, Deans. Short lead at first. Down low. Scooped out of the dirt by Tyrus Bath, the Humber catcher. 1-0. Deans checks the runner. Low again. If you caught the games between these two teams early in the season, late in the game, you'll see the starting pitcher have a little hitch on his set. They call a couple of balks on him, which really frustrated Deans. So we'll see how the umpires call that tonight and whether he's worked on that. You see that in the majors, that little hop step on the set. Hit high to right field. That one's drifting foul. Right fielder gives chase. Good hustle, but runs out of room. That's White, Dylan White on down right field line. So 2-1 now. 2 outs here in the top of the first. This battle, the undefeated, is just getting underway here at Lacasse Park. Complete darkness now across the stadium. Deans again from the stretch, the 2-1. Hit hard, right side, in the hole, base hit. Anderson takes the turn, but sticks at second base. A 2-out single. The Saints now have runners at first and second, and 2 outs. That fastball, he was able to take that the other way. Right fielder, a couple of tricky hops there. We've seen some tough hops in the Lacasse Park outfield today, getting past a couple of outfielders. So the Saints are in business here. They have 2 on, 2 outs. Colin Robinson playing first base. Usually an on-base machine for the Saints. He batted .448 during the regular season, a .575 on-base percentage. Takes a low strike, doesn't like that one. Talks to home plate umpire, asking about that low strike. So Dean's ahead 0-1. Deans comes set, gives the runners a quick look. Down low, 1-1. So a lot of energy at the stadium here tonight. Burt Lacasse Park in Tecumseh, Ontario. Big matchup between the top 2 teams in Ontario. Just missed outside. Deans looks towards his bench wanting that pitch. There's been 8 OCAA Ontario titles over the last 9 years, missing one due to COVID. But St. Clair has won 6 of those titles, Humber taking the other 2. The definite 2 top teams of this league. The 2-1 pitch. Just misses low. Pitcher and catcher don't like that one. 3-1 now. Robinson, definitely a good walk. He has 9 walks over the season, adding to that .575 on base percentage I mentioned earlier. So 3-1. He's going to be looking fastball. We'll see if he can catch up to this 90-plus mile-an-hour heater that we expect from Deans. Runner getting a short lead off of second base. Swung on and just fouled off into the catcher's glove. That runs the count to full. You'll see the runners moving on this pitch. 3-2, 2 outs. Top of the first inning. Saints have a couple aboard. Nobody across. The runners will get a head start. Just have to make sure Deans comes to home plate and doesn't spin off. The full count pitch. Fouled back to the screen. Robinson able to catch up on that one, but fouling it straight back. So we'll redo the full count pitch. Saints on first and second. Anderson on second. Real on first. Big Colin Robinson in the batter's box. He steps off. He wants a new sign. Deans looks long into his catcher. He comes set. Kicks and deals. High fastball. Misses badly. He has walked the batter. The Saints now have the bases loaded with 2 outs here in the top of the first. That'll bring up Owen Finley. Finley won the Rookie of the Year in OCAA play. Third baseman, occasional pitcher for the team in the bullpen. Plays a solid third base. Finley batting .389 his first season. On base percentage of .507 and OPS just over 1,000. Down in the dirt, it gets past the catcher. Runner's going to score easy. The Saints have taken a lead. 1-0 in the top of the first inning. Deans gives up a pair of singles, a walk, and now a wild pitch. And the Saints dugout is fired up. So the runners do advance. The runners are at second and third now with 2 outs. And there's Finley's numbers that I mentioned. .389 over all 18 regular season games. Fastball misses. So Deans has done this before. He takes a little time to settle in. He's an excitable pitcher. But when he does get settled in, he's tough to hit. So they gotta get the runs when they can. Misses badly again. Just gets past the catcher. Timeout from the home plate ump. The catcher trying to settle down the big righty as he's fallen behind 3-0. So the Saints are trying to work that pitch count up for big Brandon Deans. Deans is a horse. He'll go as far as they need him to go. In these double elimination tournaments, that team going in to the Saturday, the final day with the undefeated record, wins so many more of those tournaments than those one-loss teams. It's tough to come back on Sunday and beat a team twice, or on Saturday in this case. So a 3-0, I expect Finley to be taking all the way here, try and work that count up, prove that the pitcher can throw one. Misses, ball 4. He's walked the bases loaded. And they're going to call time and go talk to their big righty. So that's Alex Thrower, the pitching coach. We have the Jeopardy theme across the stadium. The Saints dugout fired up, loading the bases, pushing 1 run across. We're super early here in the top of the first inning. Again, these heavyweights, both teams 17-1 during the regular season. Both teams 1-0 in this tournament. You expect the OCAA champion to come from one of these two teams. So that brings Carter Ray. Carter Ray only hit .273 for the season. On base percentage of .377. He did have 10 walks, though. Squares the bunt. Another ball high. He's missing badly right now. He's walked his last 2 batters and now falls behind 1-0. There's Ray's numbers. 19 RBIs. He's got 3 ducks on the pond right now. He'd like to try and cash. Squares again. Takes again. Ball high. He's squaring, trying to throw Dean's rhythm off. I don't expect him to be swinging until he actually sees a strike. I think that's 6 in a row now. Actually, probably 7 with Colin Robinson's walk. So Dean's, that pitch count is rising. Squares again. Misses outside. 3-0. Doesn't look like a huge strike zone from home plate umpire, but Dean's having trouble locating. The big righty from the windup. Squares. Ball 4 high. He walks in a run. Visibly frustrated on the mound. The Saints lead it 2-0. The St. Clair fans excited with that 2-0 lead. So that's an RBI walk from Carter Ray. So Riley Briggs, the hitter. He actually led the Saints in home runs this year, with those 2 homers. Not a big home run season for the Saints. 259 batting average, but a 519 slugging. And he's finally on the board with a strike after about 9 in a row. So Dean's trying to find his rhythm. And when he does, he's tough to hit. And the 0-1. In there, he falls behind 0-2. Briggs looks at a couple go by. So big Brandon Dean's trying to find his rhythm here in the top of the first. Wild pitch scored 1, walked in a run for the second. Dean's from the windup, waiting on the mound, kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The top of the first is over, but the St. Clair Saints push 2 runs across. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Saints lead at 2-0. We'll be back here on We Digital.
For every big breath, for every little breath, and for every breath in between, Ontario Power Generation is committed to keeping Ontario's air clean. That's why the power we generate is 99% free of smog and carbon emissions. Because clean air matters to us all.
And we're back here on We Digital. Bottom of the first inning. The Saints put 2 across. There's the Humber Hawks lineup. Lockwood, the left fielder, leading things off. Botu at shortstop. Aiden Murphy, the DH. Jacob Turner, the cleanup hitter, playing first. Dylan White. Justin Groves in center. The 7-hitter, Ryan Brody. Tyrus Bath, the catcher. And Egerin, the 9-hitter. McKinley pitching today for the Saints. There's his battery mate behind the plate, Henry Real. Colin Robinson at first, Marin at second. Carter Ray at shortstop, Owen Finley at third. Across the outfield, Briggs, Palos, and Hunter Appleyard in right. As I said, there's Sam McKinley. He led the team in ERA this year, a minuscule .74 ERA, 2-1. The Saints go pretty deep with their starting pitcher. McKinley, O'Reilly, Ferguson, Whitson. Solid starting rotation. 19 innings pitched, good strikeout to walk ratio, 25-8. And we're ready for action here in the bottom of the first inning. So the bench fired up next to me. The Humber Hawks looking to get back into this ball game as they give up 2 runs in the top of the first on a wild pitch and a walk. The batter kicks up some dust, and McKinley's ready to go. In there for strike 1. McKinley shakes Real off, finds one he likes. In there at the knees, strike 2. So 2 fastballs early. There's Lockwood, batting .362, 22 RBIs over 17 games. Having a big season out of the leadoff spot for the Humber Hawks. Down low, 3 straight fastballs. 1-2 the count. He shakes off the catcher again. From the stretch. Kicks and deals. Pop fly left field. Tilson has a little bit of trouble on his horse. Makes the catch for the first out of the inning. He had a little trouble finding that one, but by the time he camped under it, he was able to record out number 1. So he took a at that ball. Little bit of a breeze towards center field. Nothing major. Sun long gone, so that's not affecting the outfielders at all. Shortstop Botu now. Batting .327 this season. In there for a strike. Botu had a pair of homers, 10 RBIs, big walk man, 15 walks, .478 on base percentage. Shakes off his catcher again. So him and Riel not on the same page early. Just misses. So 1-1. McKinley comes set. In there. Strike two. 1-2. Two homers and 10 RBIs for Botu over all 18 games for the Hawks. The 1-2 pitch for McKinley. Just missed. Riel tries to frame that one. Holds it there for home plate up. Doesn't get the call. We saw that with Deans. A bit of a tight zone. 2-2. Little off-speed pitch to the screen. That runs the count to full. On deck hitter Aiden Murphy getting ready for his chance. Swing and a miss. Swings through the fastball. Out number 2. Couldn't catch up with the heater from McKinley there. First two are down in the bottom of the first. You'll see the Humber on deck hitters cheating a little bit over towards home plate. Big right-handed pitcher. Can't even see him in our shot there. They're getting close to the screen to try and get a better look at McKinley's heat. Little off-speed in there for strike one. There's Coach Duncan in the background. Next to him, assistant coach Tristan Bouchat. Ball low, 1-1. So nobody on. 2 outs here. Early on, 2-0 Saints lead. Bottom of the first inning. Just misses low. Riel can't believe that one. He had to come to his feet after that pitch. He thought he had a strike, but it runs the count to 2-1. So a bit of a tight zone affecting both pitchers. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Blows a fastball by him. Evens the count at 2. 2-2. McKinley comes set. Swing and a miss. He checks swing. Out number 3. McKinley strikes out 2 in the inning, and the Hawks are out in the first. We're through 1 complete. The St. Clair Saints lead it 2-0 here on We Digital.
Every child should learn how to swim, for health, for safety, and for fun. That's why we've started Canada's Swim Team. Learn to swim at least 25 meters on your own, and you're on the team. Canada's Swim Team. It's that easy. Help make us the world's largest swim team by adding your name at getswimming.ca. Ask your parents first. Swimming, the only sport that can save your life.
And we're back here at Lacasse Park, Tecumseh, Ontario, the OCAA Men's Championship Tournament. The Saints jumped out to an early 2-0 lead, pushing a run across on a wild pitch and then a bases-loaded walk from Brandon Deans. You can catch all the action. You're watching it here on WeDigital.ca. It's our last game of the day here in the tournament. And we have 2 or 3 games tomorrow, depending on how the ball bounces. Wind picking up a little bit here at the park. Deans finishes up his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to go. Not a bad evening here. Nice sweater and jacket, but you don't see as many blankets in the crowd as we did last night. So the 9-hitter's up. Spencer Marin. The lefty digs into the box. Marin didn't play a lot this year. Through 22 at-bats, he did have 11 hits, batting .500. Good batting on base, .625. 14 RBIs in that limited action. Strike one for Deans. So Deans looks to get back into the groove here in the second. Again, when his fastball is on, he's almost untouchable. Off speed. Fouled out the left side. Into the St. Clair bullpen. So Deans ahead 0-2. Fastball, strike three looking. One away, already 3 strikeouts for the big right-handed hit pitcher, Brandon Deans. So that brings the top of the order now. Ethan Palos. Palos, during the regular season, .429 batting average. Great average out of that top spot. 12 RBIs, batted .429. Fouled back against the screen. 0-1. So nothing but strikes this inning for Deans. Changed from the first inning. Able to find his release point. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. 0-2. The 0-2. Up high, misses. 1-2. Deans pitching out of the windup. Kicks and deals. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. Stares down the batter a little bit after that strikeout. Records his 4th strikeout of the game, his 2nd of the inning. 2 down here in the top of the second. Reminder, the Saints are the road team. The Hawks are the 1 seed in this tournament. The Saints are the 2. Swing and a miss. Blows a fastball by Appleyard. He was 2nd in the OCAA this season. Hitter in the OCAA that hit just over 500. Deans kicks and deals. Missed. Ball 3. 3-1 the count now. In there, outside corner. Strike 2. Appleyard went down, look. The payoff pitch. Swing on a miss. Blows the fastball by him. He's fired up coming off the field. Strikes out the side. Going to the bottom of the second. Saints still lead 2-0 here on We Digital.
I'm just gonna hang out. If any of your buddies ever pressure you to take a drink, just tell them you promised your dad you wouldn't.
I promise. Love you too, Dad.
They really do hear you. For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
And we're back. Bottom of the second. Humber coming in the bat. My name is Dan Dominguez, bringing you all the action on WeDigital.ca of this men's OCAA championship tournament. Saints lead 2-0. They put 2 across in the top of the first. But Deans battled back strong in the second, striking out the side. Turner's going to lead things off for the Humber Hawks. Turner hit .395 on the season, .500 on base percentage. He had a pair of homers. He was tied for the team lead, 13 RBIs. He played in 16 games with that .395 average. Fouled back to the screen. Strike one. So McKinley ahead 0-1. Just missed low. 1-1. Real flinched again behind home, hoping to get that call. Unsuccessful. 1-1 now. Dylan White on deck. Fastball missed up high. So 2-1 to count. Bottom of the second inning. Saints lead 2-0 early in this one. 2-1. In there for strike two, inside corner. Turner asks the home plate ump, gives him a thumbs up for that call. 2-2. McKinley shakes off his battery mate, Henry Real. Check swing. He holds on the breaking ball. Down and away, full count. Real for the Saints was a second-team All-Star. Wagenhofer, first team, player of the year in the OCAA, Wagenhofer. For the Huskies, I believe. The full count pitch. Check swing, off the catcher's glove, ball four. The Hawks have the leadoff batter on base with a walk. The Humber fans and bench excited. So Dylan White now, the right fielder. There's McKinley. Getting a little cooler now at the Lacasse Park. Players trying to stay warm. The right-handed White digs into the box. Check swing, misses. Ball one. Batter is able to hold his swing, and there's White's numbers for the regular season. Batting .313, didn't hit any homers, but had 10 RBIs. .441 on base percentage, so he had 10 walks. He looks down at third base coach. That's Troy Black, running things here for the second year for the Humber Hawks, leading them to a 17-1 regular season record. Swing and a miss. Real fakes a pickoff over the first. Hangs on. 1-1 the count. Shakes off Real again. They call time on the pickoff, but time was called. The runner gets back, looked like awkwardly. That was Turner. He looks like he's okay, though. So Dylan White, infield playing pretty deep for the Saints, looking for a ground ball that they can turn two on. Fastball, oh, misses low. 2-1. White checking down the signs to see if there's a 2-1 pitch. Try and keep an eye on the runner. Tough view from my vantage point. Misses outside. So now it's McKinley's turn to have a little control issue. Deans had it in the first, and now McKinley having a little trouble here in the second, finding the strike zone. Justin Groves on deck waiting. 3-1 for McKinley. Missed outside. Ball 4. So a pair of walks. We'll see if that brings any visit. The catcher's going to come and visit his pitcher. Third base coach also comes to talk to his hitter, Justin Groves. So the Hawks are in business. The first two batters reach via the walk. Groves the hitter. Brody's on deck. There's Groves hitting .347, only the 1 RBI this season. Looking again at the stats, I believe Groves has 1 homer and 18 RBIs. That one's fouled back. So Groves actually an RBI, second on the team in RBIs with 18. In his first year with the Hawks. So McKinley finally gets ahead of a hitter with strike 1. 0-1 the count. Breaking ball, outside corner, strike 2. Real looked like he was set up out there. Hit the catcher right in the glove. He's ahead 0-2. Hawks looking to move these runners over. They trail by a pair. The 0-2 from McKinley. Swing and a miss. Blows the fastball by him for out number 1. McKinley's 3rd strikeout of the ball game. So the first out is recorded for the Saints. Hawks still have a pair of runners on base. They'll bring up the third baseman, Ryan Brody. Brody hitting .341 this season. Off speed, outside corner, strike 1. So after those 2 walks, McKinley's looking to get back in the groove. Catcher Tyrus Bath on deck. Oh, fister to the right side. Second baseman is there. That's an infield fly. Batter's out. He records the out anyway. So 2 down here in the bottom of the second. The Hawks get the first 2 runners on base. McKinley able to get the next 2. Big at bat here coming from the catcher Bath. Turner on second. Dylan White on first. McKinley comes set. Breaking ball misses outside. 1-0. There's Bath, only 179. He's a good defensive catcher, so he's behind the plate more for his glove as opposed to his bat. He walks quite a bit. He led second in the team in walks, 14 walks, so 179 batting average, but still getting on base, 521 clip. In there for strike 1, 1-1. So Bath looking to keep the train moving here, even if he can't hit, to try and walk the. Got Egerin on deck in front of me. The 1-1. Check swing. Checks over. He did indeed go 1-2. Looked like a swing all the way from my spot. Home plate ump checks with the base ump just to be sure. So 1-2. Big pitch coming here from McKinley. He comes set. Fastball misses. Evens the count at 2. So deuces are wild. Counts 2-2, 2 outs, 2 on, 2-0 here in the bottom of 2. Number 22 up the bat. Swing and a miss. Curveball struck him out for out number 3. The Saints get out of a bit of a jam. They don't give up any runs. After 2 complete, the Saints lead at 2-0. We'll be back here on We Digital.
Did you know that the most severe injuries in our region are motor vehicle crashes? 65% of road fatalities last year were directly the result of distracted driving. 90% of injuries arriving in our emergency rooms are preventable. Our message to you this summer is, put down the phone. Just drive. Let's work together to keep our trauma stretchers empty.
What can milk do? Well, it can turn you into a morning person. It can help fuel some pretty tough stuff. And it can definitely make cartoons funnier.
No, it can't.
Oh, well, it can have a little edge. But come on, even kiddies love it. It'll keep up with you at any age. It makes engines whir and creme brulee creamy. It's one of the easiest labels you'll ever read. And anything that makes this happen is pretty special. In fact, what can't milk do?
And we're back. OCAA Men's Baseball Championship Tournament. The 2022 season in its final weekend of play. Saints lead as we go into the top of the third. They lead 2-0. First inning, they pushed 2 across. A wild pitch scored the first. A bases-loaded walk scored the second. Dean's taking his warm-up tosses. He threw a lot of pitches in that first inning, but was able to mow the Saints down with 3 straight strikeouts. He struck out the last 4 Saints he's seen. And 5 of the 6 outs recorded have also been strikeouts. So Anderson, the hitter, he's normally the shortstop on this team, but I was told he's been nursing a hamstring injury. As Coach Roberto Duncan talked to Dominic Papa earlier in the week, telling him about that. On the Saints report that you can see on WeDigital.ca. Dean's the 1-0 pitch. In there for strike one, 1-1. Hit hard down the right side. That ball's caught by the right fielder, Dylan White. That ball had a bit of a tail to it. Good job by Dylan White to stay with it and record out number 1. You're not going to see a lot of guys getting around on that 90-plus mile-an-hour fastball, but he was able to get one in play. So that brings up Big Henry Real. Real hit .426 for the team, led the team with 25 RBIs. He's even come in relief the odd time for the Saints. He's their do-it-all guy. Hit hard in the right center field. They give it chase. Center field there and makes the catch. Good job by Justin Groves. Didn't get quite as much as it looked like off the bat, but right fielder Groves able to track it down. Might have caught him in on the fist a little bit. Didn't quite barrel it up. So 2 straight flyouts, one the right, one the center. That brings up big Colin Robinson. Robinson walked his first time up. Breaking ball in there for strike 1. There's Big Dean still pitching from the windup. Another breaking ball in there, same spot, 0-2. So Deans has that breaking ball working. Let's see if he's got that 90-plus mile-an-hour fastball ready. There it is. He blows it by him for strike 3. The inning is over. We're going to head to the bottom of the third. Saints still lead 2-0. We'll be back here on We Digital.
Mont's On Time Express has all of your delivery needs covered with a fleet of 50 vehicles, including cargo and sprinter vans, along with 24-foot straight trucks. It doesn't matter if the freight is big or small. Mont's On Time Express can guarantee safe and prompt delivery service throughout Canada and the United States. Licensed to broker freight throughout North America, Mont's On Time Express features same-day delivery service, along with a state-of-the-art dispatching system and live GPS tracking assistance. Mont's is fully insured and Canadian bonded and has certifications with FAST, CTAT, PIP, and SmartWay. Mont's On Time Express is open 24 hours a day, 364 days a year. To get your delivery moving, contact Mont's On Time Express at www.montsontime.ca or call toll-free at 877-250-8282.
And we're back, bottom of the third inning. There's a look at the tournament summary so far. Those play-in games, you saw Fanshawe and Centennial. They won their playoff game to move into double elimination play. St. Clair and Humber won their first games, pushing Centennial and Fanshawe into a do-or-die play elimination game. Fanshawe took that 8-4. So Fanshawe will move into that game tomorrow, and they'll play the loser of this game. The winner of this game in Game 6 will move straight to the potential gold medal winning game at 1 o'clock. So we got all the action on WeDigital.ca for you, beginning at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning here at Lacasse Park or on WeDigital.ca. McKinley back on the rubber. Little check swing, line drive, foul ball. We're bringing you all the sports action. We'll have football tomorrow night at Acumen Stadium on the campus of St. Clair College. OFC final football game in the Ontario Conference as London comes and takes on the St. Clair Saints. The 0-1. In there. Strike 2. 0-2. This is a 9-hitter. Egerin up. Lockwood on deck. The 0-2 from just misses. 1-2 the count. There's Egerin's stats. .213 batting average, 13 RBIs. He played in all 18 games for the Humber Hawks. McKinley from the stretch. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball by him. Out number 1. Lots of strikeouts in this one. That's a 10th strikeout between these two aces, McKinley and Deans. So Lockwood kicks around the dirt, as he does when he enters the box, batting .362, 22 RBIs. Played in 17 of the 18 Humber games. Little change up, maybe a breaking ball. Just missed 1-0. Lockwood was in a 5-way lead for the team leading hits this season with 17. Hit hard up the middle. Shortstop has a diving play. Fires over the first. In time for the out. A spectacular play by the shortstop, Carter Ray. An all-out dive up the middle. A big stretch by Robinson and records the out against a speedy Lockwood. You will not see a finer play on any diamond, college or major leagues, on that one. Spectacular play. Putting a star in my book on that one. That's the defensive play of the tournament by far. Robbing Lockwood of a single. He's 0 for 2 now. This brings up Botu. He struck out his first time. Hit hard. Second base. It's through for a single. Gets up the middle. A 2-out single. So Botu started hitting .327 to begin this tournament. So a 2-out single brings up Aiden Murphy. He struck out his first time. Murphy hitting .315. 1 homer, 18 RBIs. He played in all 18 regular season games. Pop foul over towards the clubhouse. Just over the roof. Strike 1. 1 on, 2 outs, 1 strike. Saints lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. McKinley comes set. Gives the runner a quick check. Chopper up the middle. Ray's got it. Steps on the bag to record out number 3. Big inning for shortstop Carter Ray. And the Hawks are out. So we're through 3 complete here at Lacasse Park. Saints lead 2-0. We'll be back here on We Digital.
No. I never smoked any. Sure, I smoked a bit. But it was more your mom who was into it. Pot grows naturally, but it won't help you grow as a person.
Talking cannabis with your teen can be learned. Download our free brochure.
You know what? Poison ivy grows naturally, but it's not good for you, is it?
Find the answers you need at drugfreekidscanada.org.
The first kiss. She's thinking about a million things, like should I lean in or let him? Do I close my eyes or open them? But for him, he's only thinking about one thing. Did she have peanut butter for lunch?
And we're back here, top of the fourth inning. Saints coming to bat. They lead a 2-0 lead. They put both their runs across in a big first inning where 8 batters came to bat. Anderson scored on a wild pitch. Henry Real scored on a bases-loaded walk. Big Brandon Dean still on the hill. 6 strikeouts through 3 innings. And as you recall on the stats earlier, he does average over 2 strikeouts per inning this season. So, Owen Finley, the hitter. Finley out of LaSalle. Got a lot of LaSalle players on this St. Clair team, 0-1. He's from Villanova. His first year. As I said, he won OCAA Rookie of the Year. Chopper towards the dugout. 0-2. So Dean's trying to get that fastball and breaking ball both working at the same time. He'll be nasty to hit. Fastball misses outside. Not his biggest fastball there, so might have had a little off speed. Maybe a bit of a change from the big righty. The 1-2. Hit hard, shortstop. Botu up with it, fires the first in time for out number 1. A 3-hopper over to Botu. Botu able to make the play. So Carter Ray, the hitter, out of Harrow, as you recall in the bottom of that last inning, a spectacular play, robbing the Hawks of an easy single. 1-0 now the Ray. Brandon Dean's on the rubber, all ready to go out of the windup on the 1-0. Fastball in there, 1-1. Nice crowd out here at Lacasse Park. Biggest crowd of the tournament that we've seen so far. We encourage you to come down to the park for the medal matches tomorrow. If not, you can catch all the action here on WeDigital.ca. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. He falls up behind 1-2. Carter Ray had that RBI walk back in the first. High fastball. Catcher spins out to make the catch. Evens the count at 2. Dean shakes off his catcher. Fastball hit hard right side. It's in the hole. Base hit in the right field. Egerin dove to try and knock that down, but it squeaked through the hole between first and second and a 1-out single. We'll look at that one again. Hard fastball. Shortstop, second base just dives for it, unable to come up with it. So the Saints have a runner aboard with 1 out, 1 on. Top of the fourth inning. Saints lead 2-0. Only 4 hits in the ball game so far. That was the Saints' third hit. Humber has 1. We'll keep an eye on the runner. Strike 1. Carter Ray is a bit of a threat on the bases. He had 7 stolen bases. He was second on the team in steals this year. And Briggs, even though batting in the 8th, he was the team leader with the 2 homers. Swing and a miss. Runner goes. dives, he is out. Nice throw by Bath. One hops it over the second base, able to get the base runner. So 0-2 is the count. Misses, ball one. 1-2. So a nice throw by Bath to cut down the Saints' base stealing threat. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled back to the screen. On deck hitter Spencer Marin gets that ball for the home plate umpire. The Humber Hawks fans and bench trying to get more excited. He plants one into the dirt. Only about 57 feet instead of the 60 feet 6 inches needed. Evens the count at 2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The inning is over. Deans with another strikeout. We'll head to the bottom of the 4. Saints still lead 2-0. We'll be back here on We Digital.
For every big breath, for every little breath, and for every breath in between, Ontario Power Generation is committed to keeping Ontario's air clean. That's why the power we generate is 99% free of smog and carbon emissions. Because clean air matters to us all.
And we're back here at Lacasse Park, Tecumseh, Ontario. And there's the matchup I mentioned earlier. Tomorrow, the big OFC football final. All the action here on WeDigital.ca. The London Beefeaters come to town to take on the St. Clair Saints football team. Action beginning around 7. You can come to WeDigital.ca around 6:50. Broken bat. Through for a base hit. Marin dives, can't come up with that ball at second. And the Hawks have a lead-off single. As the bench yelled, that bat died a hero. That one broke into at least 3 pieces. As some of the kids look to get that broken bat. So 1 on, nobody out. Bottom of the 4th inning. Dylan White. The Hawks offense trying to get things going. Deep fly ball, right center field. It's back. It is off the wall. Runs coming around third. He trips around third base. And the run scores. RBI double from Dylan White. The bench thought that one was gone. Maybe the cold air tonight keeping that one in the ballpark. But he tattooed that ball in the right center field. You can see that ball into the dark over Paulos' head. Good job by Paulos to get that only on a hop. The base runner even stumbled around third, but still able to score. So they cut the lead in half. And the Saints still lead 2-1. But the Hawks are in flight. Finley starts him out with a strike, 0-1. McKinley shakes Rial off. It's got the one he wants. Down low, Rial keeps it in front of him, 1-1. So 1-1 now, the count. McKinley up in the stretch, checks the runner. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Blew a fastball by him. So McKinley looking to get back in the groove after he gives up a single and a double. Humber looking to get that runner over to third base with less than 2 outs. Big lead off of second base. Pop. Foul ball grounds down the right side. Second base giving chase. Just foul by a few feet. Appleyard and Marin giving a chase to no avail. There's White after that big RBI double on second base. One and two now. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. Humber with their first threat of the ball game, already pushing one across here. Cut that lead to 2-1. The 1-2 pitch. Misses just low. Rial tried to frame that one up, unsuccessful. Evens the count at 2. Humber bench as loud as we've seen them. Clair bench and not. Curveball just misses on the inside. That spinning away just missed 3-2. So McKinley showing some signs of trouble here in the bottom of the fourth. His first long inning so far in this ball game. Big lead off of second base. Misses for ball 4. The coach is coming out to a double and now a walk. The Hawks have 2 aboard with Ryan Brody coming to bat. So we're going to see if they're going to look to bunt to put this runner over. They want to get a couple runners in scoring position. So the Hawks doing their own Jeopardy theme. So we'll see if Brody squares it all to move the runners over. On deck, the catcher, Bath. Brody out of Peterborough, Ontario. His second year with the team. Batting .341 during the regular season. McKinley looking to get a ground ball to try and get a couple outs in this inning. Carter Ray cheats up the middle, trying to keep that runner close. Squares, pulls it back for ball 1. So they might have the bunt on. You see Colin Robinson at first base cheating way in. Finley also in on the third base side. The Saints will look to get an out. The 1-0. He wheels over to second base. Chases Dylan White back to second. White, a big RBI double in this inning. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball just misses. 2-0. So McKinley, ERA under 1 for the season. In trouble now here in the fourth inning. Looks like maybe some pitchers walking out to the bullpen for the St. Clair Saints. The 2-0. Hit hard, right center field. That ball is down. 2 runners are near each other. 1 runner comes around. A second run coming home. The throw at the plate. It one-hops the catcher. He's out at the plate. What a throw and catch by the catcher. Is short-hopped Henry Riel. He was able to get the short hop, throw the tag down to get a huge first out. A great play by the Saints D to cut Dylan White at home plate. That's a huge first out. So the runners advance to second and third now. 1 out. Look at this replay. Great shot by our cameraman out there. Diving play, just misses. Fires in. Let's see if we can get the play at the plate here. Great catch and tag. And a great job by our cameraman to get that action. Good block by catcher Henry Riel. The We Digital crew doing a great job on the cameras. Max, Ty, and Tim. One ball. So there's 1 out. Still 2 runners in scoring position. So McKinley still in some trouble here. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. So both teams fired up. Humber with a rally. St. Clair with a huge first out at home plate. The 1-1. Oh, off the catcher's glove. Pass ball. It gets past Riel. The tying run scores. Riel clunks that one off the glove. Took his eye off. And the tying run scores. And the go-ahead run now moves to third base on the pass ball by Henry Riel. Unforced error. Just missed that pitch. Wasn't a bad pitch by McKinley. So 2-1 the count now. The infield has moved in to try and cut that runner out at home. So a big 2-1 pitch coming here for McKinley. He's got to get back in his count and settle down. Score's tied at 2 now. Oh, he hit him in the head. He's down. He's down. We'll maybe get the shot away from that. Yep. So a tough hit by pitch there. Tyrus Bath. The crowd goes hush here. I don't think we'll need to show that one again. And while they tend to the batter, maybe we'll send this to commercial. We'll be back on We Digital.
Every child should learn how to swim, for health, for safety, and for fun. That's why we've started Canada's Swim Team. Learn to swim at least 25 meters on your own, and you're on the team. Canada's Swim Team. It's that easy. Help make us the world's largest swim team by adding your name.
And we're back here at Lacasse Park after a scary hit by pitch. McKinley hit Tyrus Bath in the head, but the young man showing true grit, getting up and making his way to first base. The trainer's still looking at him. They got to check for concussions. Look to take that right in the back or side of the head. It was nasty looking. So when we get back to action, it'll be first and third. Taking a little the air out of the stadium today. Nothing intentional for McKinley, just a fastball getting away from him, catching Tyrus Bath in the head. But the young catcher looks like he's okay, and that's great news. Tyrus Bath, the 5'8" catcher out of Innisfil, Ontario. Nantia Shores Secondary School, his third year with the Humber Hawks. Looks like he's going to be okay, and that's great to see. So I'll reset it here for you. The Saints put 2 across in the first, but Humber has battled back strong. Put 2 across in the bottom of the fourth. They have runners at the corners with 1 out. And now Eggerin, the batter, Caleb Eggerin. He struck out his first time. We'll see how that shakes McKinley. It gets by the catcher. He's coming home. The run, safe at the plate. So McKinley is melting down here in the fourth inning. After the hit by pitch, he's thrown the pass ball, not really his fault, but now the wild pitch. We'll see how the young man can regroup here as the Humber Hawks have now taken a 3-2 lead. The runner moves to second base, so we have a runner now at second and 1 out. So runner on second, 1 out, 1 ball count. Eggerin, the hitter. Swing fouled into the glove of Real. Bath was able to move to second on that wild pitch. 1-1 the count with the runner on second base. Dancing off of second base. Bath showing some energy. A little foul back over the grandstands. Dominic Papa cowering in fear as that one sails over his head. And there's Eggerin, his first year out of Ottawa. Louis Riel High School. The 1-2 pitch. Looks like a pickoff attempt potentially. Hit hard, shortstop. Bobbled by the short. He has to hang on to it. The runner reaches on the air. Carter Ray was cheating up the middle a little bit on that one. Had to go to the backhand. Couldn't come up with it successfully. And the Hawks have runners on the corners with still only 1 out. So the top of the order now for the Humber Hawks. Lockwood, 0 for 2. He grounded out the shortstop his last time on a spectacular play by Carter Ray. He's out of Burlington, Ontario in his second year. Missed high. So we definitely have some action in the pen. There's a couple of pitchers out there. Look like he's been throwing for a little bit. Stopping now. Lockwood hitting .362 coming into this tournament. McKinley pick off over the first. Back easy. The Hawks dugout is now fired up with this big 3-run fourth inning. The 1-0 for McKinley. Misses outside. So McKinley, after that hit by pitch, he's been giving up some hard hits. The hit by pitch shook him up. Throws a wild pitch after that. And then the error behind him, not helping matters. Not sure if they called that an error on the board, but I would disagree. Breaking ball in there for strike. So 2-1 now. Hudson Lockwood still has runners on the corners with 1 out. Little pop foul. That's going to be trouble. That's going to be trouble. That ball is in for a base hit. The run scores from third base. The Humber Hawks now lead it 4-2. A big 4-run fourth inning for the Hawks. End of the bat over Finley's head. He had no chance. Shortstop Carter Ray, no chance. Austin Tilson, no chance. And that might be the end of the day. McKinley wasn't the same after that hit by pitch. And McKinley's done. So we'll have a pitching change. So the Hawks lead it. Owen Finley's coming to the mound. That's actually Michael Hamlin on the mound, number 6. He closed the last game for the Saints. Got the save in their first game. So Hamlin has one save during the regular season. He had a save in the tournament. 8.17 ERA. He got roughed up in one of the games that really affected that ERA. 6 innings, 6 strikeouts. The righty trying to get the Saints out of a big jam. They've already given up 4 runs. The infielders converge to talk about it. Started with Jacob Turner. He singled. Dylan White hit a long double. A couple batters later, Dylan White got gunned at the plate by a good defensive play by the Saints. But then that big hit by pitch, scary hit by pitch from Bath. But he proved to be okay. He came around and scored for the Humber Hawks. He scored their 4th run. There's your Saints outfielders. Simultaneously picking up their gloves and getting ready. There's the crowd here. A little bit more somber now after the hit by pitch and a 4-run inning from the Hawks. There is a good contingent of Hawks fans near me here down the first base side. So 1 out. Runners on first and second base. Four-run 4th inning, and they lead at 4-2. And Hamlin ready to go. He misses outside. So the Saints are into their bullpen now. They have a strong starting staff. Their bullpen not quite as strong. So we'll see if Hamlin can get them out of a jam. That's a high pop fly right side. They're giving chase. Right fielder Appleyard is there. He makes the catch. Throws it hard to second base to try and catch the base runner napping. But the Saints record out number 2. Well, that's a high pop-up to the right side. Appleyard, it was high enough for him to get underneath it. And coming up throwing. So Hamlin gets his first batter out. So this is the 9th batter of the inning for the Humber Hawks. The DH, Aiden Murphy. He's 0 for 2 out of Brampton, his 4th year. Change up. Real jumps out of there to try and block it. He does. 1-0. Two outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Big inning so far for the Hawks. Pop over the screen behind us. Strike 1. 1-1. Heading towards the parking lot. That's why I park way out of the way. The 1-1. Fouled back in the same spot. Maybe that same person can get that ball. Because that's in the exact same spot. So Hamlin comes in. He's throwing strikes. 1-2 now. Runners still on first and second. Big 4-run inning for the Humber Hawks. The 1-2. And that curveball just got a piece of the hitter for the hit by pitch. So Hamlin loses them. He flirted with the curveball and came in too close. And the scorebook is a mess as they've batted around. So Turner is going to bat for the second time this inning. He singled to start this rally. He also walked his first time, so he's been on safely twice. Turner hitting .395 his second year out of Mississauga, Ontario. Misses outside. Hamlin 1-0. The big right-hander in the box. Turner, 6-footer, Streetsville secondary in his second year. Way outside. Riel dives out of the catcher stance to keep that from reaching the backstop. 2-0. So the Saints pitcher is having difficulty here in this fourth. This Hawk team is very strong. Two and 0. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on that one. 2-1. So the Saints got off to an early 2-0 lead, but it was goose eggs until this bottom of the fourth where the Hawks woke up with a big 4-run inning. On deck in front of me, Dylan White, as you recall, hit that huge double over the center fielder's head earlier in this inning. In there, outside corner. The batter says no way to the home plate umpire. And a little vocal on that one, did not like that second strike. 2-2. Big pitch here for Hamlin to try and get out of this jam. The 2-2. Hit hard in the center field. Coming in. It's down for a hit. 1 run scores over the cutoff man. And the Hawks have scored their 5th run of the inning and now lead 5-2. Turner with his second hit of the inning. So bottom of the 4th inning. 2 runners still aboard, and the Hawks are going to try and break this one open. And a big double from White his first time up. Swinging a hot bat. A double and a walk. White hit .313 this season. 10 RBIs. Slugging over 400. Ball down low in the dirt. 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. We're having a few technical difficulties on our center field cam. We apologize for the inconvenience. We'll try and bring you the best action we can here on We Digital until we get the situation fixed. We'll keep calling the action with this first base camera. We Digital crew hard at work. Misses ball 4. So 11 batters have come to the plate this inning. Batter number 12. Riel goes to talk to his pitcher. So the score on our board is 6-2. Again, our technical difficulties, having a little trouble with the score bug there. Trying my best to keep you updated. Misses 1-0. The Gremlins getting at the wires here at Lacasse Park. Pop fly, left field. Tilson is there, having trouble with the wind. That ball, it gets down. That ball gets down. 1 run in, 2 runs, another run scores. The Hawks have broken this game wide open. Left fielder Tilson having all kinds of trouble with that wind. misplays the ball very poorly. And the Hawks have broken this game wide open. So Humber now leads it 8-2. Now 9 on the bunt, popped up to third base. And just now on a wild pitch, Morin was able to reach second base. So we have a full count pitch coming up from big Brandon Deans. In the bottom of the fourth inning, the Hawks put up 9 runs to break this game wide open. So we have the 3-2 pitch coming with 1 out here in the top of the fifth. Misses down low. The runner heads to third. Throw in the left field. The runner's coming home, and the Saints score. So ball 4 gets the walk. The runner moves over to third base on the wild pitch and comes home to score on the errant throw by Tyrus Bath. Bath earlier got hit in the head on a dangerous hit by pitch and also just took a foul ball while we were away in the helmet. So we have 1 in here for the Saints, 9-3. 1 on, 1 out. Top of the fifth inning. We're back here on We Digital. Strike 1. Deans from the stretch. Checks the runner. Not a big lead. In there, strike 2. So the 0-2, Deans is ready. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's strikeout number 8 for the big right-hander. And that brings up the catcher, Henry Real, 1 for 2. Got a correction on the defense for the Saints. Riley Briggs is actually in left field today. He's the one who had trouble with that pop fly last inning. Tilson hasn't played in this ball game. Strike 1. So this is Real, his second year from Panama City, Panama. He was an OCAA All-Star last year, second team All-Star this year. Saints have a runner on first with 2 outs. Hit hard up the middle, hit the pitcher. Toss over the first, he is out at first base. Dean's hot dogging it a little bit there on first base, but he records the third out. That was a kick save and a beauty, and they record out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth. We'll be back here on We Digital.
For every big breath, for every little breath, and for every breath in between, Ontario Power Generation is committed to keeping Ontario's air clean. That's why the power we generate is 99% free of smog and carbon emissions. Because clean air matters to us all.
And we're back here on We Digital. And there's the upcoming webcast on WeDigital.ca. The big OFC final at Acumen Stadium on the campus of St. Clair College tomorrow night. 7 p.m. as the Beefeaters come to town. The big rematch from the finals last year. Soccer playoffs. Durham Lords come to town. 4:30 also at the stadium. And basketball season gets underway. Wednesday, October 26th at the St. Clair Sportsplex. The women and men take on the Bruins. Oh, that's the Lions. Some sort of animal. So Whitson now on the hill. The Saints now using their third pitcher of this ball game, trying to spread out the pitchers because they're going to have a big day. If the Saints were to come back to try and win gold tomorrow, they're going to have to play 3 games. They would have to win the 10 o'clock game, the first game against Humber if this score stays the way it is, and they'd have to beat Humber a second time. This one's not over yet. The Saints still have some hope. So Brock Whitson on the hill. There's his stats. 2-0 this year, 5.53 ERA, 13 strikeouts in 12 2/3 innings. I believe he had a no-hitter early in the season, but got roughed up a little bit after that. So we're ready to go here. Bottom of the 5th inning. And that looks like Bath. Bath had a rough game today. That scary hit by pitch in the head back in the 4th inning. He recovered from that, but took another foul ball. So Whitson now from the windup. Strike 1 high in the zone, but home plate ump liked it enough for strike 1. Tyrus Bath, the catcher, is going to want that pitch for his own pitcher in the top of the next inning. To the screen. Real unable to come up with it. 1-1 to count. You're good. Foul back over the screen. Egrin on deck. Lockwood in the hole. Coming to bat this inning. The 1-2 pitch. Outside corner misses. So 2-2 the count. Leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Brock Whitson in his first inning of work. The 2-2. Hit deep down the left field line. Hooking. Off the wall. Fair ball. Long single. I think he watched that down the line a little bit. He hit that the full 330 feet. It just didn't get over the left field fence. That's one of the longer singles you're ever going to see. I was watching the ball, so I think the catcher might have been watching that one down the line a little bit. Off the bat, we thought it was gone. On this cooling night that's cooling down, must have kept the ball in the ballpark. Wind still pushing out a little bit, it looks like, to left center field. So the leadoff hitter's aboard. So Tyrus Bath, obviously no worse for wear after a couple of hits to the head tonight. Hitting probably one of the hardest balls of this ball game. There's Egrin from Ottawa in his first year. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1-1. Whitson looks in for his sign, checks the runner. Gets the sign from his catcher, Real. Just misses. Real has to backhand that one to keep it from going to the screen. 9-3 here, bottom of the 5th inning. Humber had that huge 9-run 4th inning to break this game wide open. St. Clair pushed one across in the top of the 5th. Real gives the sign. Whitson checks the runner. In there, strike 2, 2-2. Real looks to have thrown the fastball sign down. We'll see what he has got. Fastball, swing and a miss. Strike 3, blows it by him for out number 1. So Real does indeed put the 1 down, and Whitson's able to blow the fastball by the 9-hitter. So Lockwood the hitter now. He's 0 for 2. He reached on a walk his last time up in that big fourth inning where the Hawks put up 9 against the St. Clair Saints. He's out of Burlington, Ontario, his second year with the team. Little chopper foul behind the plate. He's hitting .362 for the season, 22 RBIs, leading the team over an RBI per game from their leadoff hitter. 0-1 the count. Fastball misses. 1-1. So 1 on, 1 out, 1-1 the count. The leadoff hitter, Hudson Lockwood, the lefty in the box. Swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch down and in. 1-2. Whitson from the stretch, looks in, grabs his sign. Kicks and deals. Check swing, holds up. 2-2. A little bit of action in the St. Clair bullpen. Getting someone loose. Still no action in the Humber bullpen. Deans, after that first inning, has really settled down. Just missed high. Good take by Lockwood there. So he runs the count to full. We'll keep an eye on the runner at first with the full count pitch. Only 1 out. Bath, the catcher, on base. Unlikely to go, but we'll see. He stays put. Takes ball 4 for the walk. So he's missing just high on those pitches. Bit of a tight zone today, but it's been both ways. So Botu now, he's 1 for 3, a single and a flyout, struck out in the first. First and second, 1 out. Humber leads 9-3. Bottom of the 5th inning. Whitson comes set on the stretch. In the dirt, blocked by Real, keeps the ball in front of him. Runners retreat back to their bag. Out of Vaughan, Ontario, Botu, his second year. Botu hitting .327 during the regular season, slugging over 500, .519. Big walk man, too. 15 walks this season. Missed way high. So St. Clair getting themselves into trouble again. 2-0 the count. Pitcher asked for a new baseball. Coach is looking a little anxious over there on the St. Clair bench. Neither team with a loss in this tournament. The 2-0. Up high, missed badly again. And the loser of this game, it's tough to battle back on medal day. Having to win 3 straight to get gold. The winner will be able to watch that bronze medal match and rest their pitchers. In there for strike 1, 3-1. You'll see more times than not the winner of this undefeated game on the second last day of the tournament going on to win the championship. But we'll see how it turns out tomorrow. Hit hard, right field, down the line. That ball is in for a base hit. The runner comes around third. He scores the 10th run of the ball game for the Humber Hawks. An RBI single. Runners at the corners now. That ball just tailed away from right fielder Appleyard. He's able to get the ball in, but not in time to keep the run from scoring. So, pitching coach now out to talk to his young pitcher. That's Kareem Kubrosli. Kubrosli out, talking to his young pitcher. Real and Whitson on the hill with him. Real walks back towards home as the pitching coach gives his final encouragement. Umpire comes to break up the discussion. And Murphy is going to be the batter for the Hawks. He's 0 for 2. He got hit by a pitch. Murphy, the batter, 6'1", out of Brampton Senior High School, 4th year. Whitson checks his signs. High fastball misses. Ball 1. So 10-3. The Humber Hawks lead it here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The 1-0 pitch. In there for strike 1, 1-1. Big tournament action. OCAA men's. The women's won their first game earlier in the day. We haven't got a report of their second game yet, as they look to keep their undefeated season going in women's softball action. High breaking ball, misses badly. So Whitson having his own troubles here for the Saints. The righty grins over to his bench. He likes what he sees so far. The 2-1 just misses away. Maybe a little down as well. So that runs the count to 3-1. So the pitching coach pacing over there for the Saints, as his pitchers have been in trouble here since the 4th inning. Hit high in the right field. Appleyard under it. Runners tagging from third. Throw to the plate. He scores as he dives in and scores the Hawks' 11th run of the ball game on the sacrifice fly by Aiden Murphy. Lockwood dirties the uniform on the dive. Appleyard with the catch, but no chance of getting the speedy Lockwood at home. So there's still a runner on first with 2 outs now. Two outs now. Hit deep in the right field. Appleyard. Oh, he drops the ball in right field. He fell to his knee. 1 run's going to score easily. The runner's heading over the third base. He's safe at third on the 3-base error by Appleyard. Appleyard had all sorts of trouble in right field. The hitter looks like he might be injured a little bit. I don't know if he tweaked something running the bags. Tying his shoe. Maybe tripped over his laces a little bit. But that's a big run. That's run number 12. If this run reaches from third base, this ball game is over. So Whitson trying to keep this game extended. Big 3-base error by Appleyard. The Saints looked great through 3 innings, but just melted down in the 4th inning, giving up 9 runs, 3 more here in the 5th. They trail it 12-3. The mercy run is at third base. Dylan White had that big double earlier in the 4th inning. If Turner comes in, this ball game's over. The 0-1 pitch from Whitson. Just misses, 1-1. Groves on deck if he gets the chance. The 1-1. High fastball misses, 2-1. So 2-1. Runners on third with 2 outs. The Hawks have put up another 3 runs in this inning to go up 12-3. This battle of the undefeated, the 2 top teams of the OCAA. Hit hard down the right side. First base, second base over in time. This game is extended. So the Hawks lead by 9. We're going to head to the top of the 6th inning. We'll be back here on We Digital.
Every child should learn how to swim for health, for safety, and for fun. That's why we've started Canada's Swim Team. Learn to swim at least 25 meters on your own, and you're on the team. Canada's Swim Team. It's that easy. Help make us the world's largest swim team by adding your name at getswimming.ca. Ask your parents first. Swimming, the only sport that can save your life.
And we're back here on We Digital. You can catch all the action on wedigital.ca. And there's the schedule that we've seen so far, all the action in the tournament. The play-in games on Thursday night, and there's all the games that we saw today. St. Clair winning their game, Humber as well. Fanshawe knocking Centennial out of the tournament. And St. Clair and Humber in action here as Humber leads at 12-3. The winner of this game will move all the way to Game 8 on the schedule, straight to the gold medal. The loser of this ball game will face Fanshawe tomorrow, where the loser of that game will get the bronze, and the winner will move on. But there's still some work to be done left. The Saints have 6 outs left to play with. So Robinson comes to the plate. So Robinson only had the 1 bad inning. He got the first 2 batters out in the ball game, got into trouble with a pair of singles and 3 walks, but he's been solid ever since. 1-1 the count. He's 0 for 1. Robinson didn't like that call. He's in his 2nd year out of Windsor. The big right-handed first baseman. Breaking ball hit straight up. Catcher Tyrus Bath looking at the screen. Little trouble with the wind. That wind pushed that ball away from him. There's still a breeze, light breeze heading out towards the center field, so that threw Bath off a little bit. He's had a tough game here tonight, so we'll give him a little of a break on that one. He's going to earn that ice bath tonight. One and two now the count. Big Brandon Dean still on the hill. Fastball up high, misses. 2-2. Deans has 8 strikeouts over 5+ innings today. He's still pitching out of the windup. The 2-2 count. Fouled back to the screen. We'll reset the 2-2. Pitch. Fisted, shortstop, scoops it, got a lot of time, lobs it over the first base. Out number 1 is recorded. Saints down to their final 5 outs. So the Saints haven't lost in a while during regular season or tournament play. Only that last time they faced this big Brandon Deans. Early in the OCAA season. There's Finley out of LaSalle, Ontario. Another one of the LaSalle products on this St. Clair team. Misses high. 1-1 the count. Humber Hawks leading at 12-3 in the top of the 6th. Spikes one into the dirt. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. In there, strike two. Some of the young crowd enthusiastic in this game, trying to cheer their Saints on. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Blows the fastball right by him for out number 2. His 9th strikeout of the ball game. He led the OCAA by a mile in strikeouts, winning pitcher of the year. Two outs now, nobody on. Fastball, strike one. Carter Ray singled and walked. He's been on base both times. Made a spectacular play earlier in the game at shortstop. Big breaking ball buckles the knees of the batter. 0-2, and Brandon Deans is rolling. Fastball blows it by him. Strike 3, the inning is over. He skips off the mound. Heading to the bottom of the 6th. They lead at 12-3. We'll be back here on We Digital as Brandon skips away.
Just gonna hang out.
If any of your buddies ever pressure you to take a drink, just tell them you promised your dad you wouldn't.
I promise. Love you too, Dad.
They really do hear you. For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
And we're back here. Bottom of the 6th inning. Another new pitcher for the Saints. My name is Dan Dominguez. The We Digital crew bringing you all the action of the OCAA Men's Championship Tournament. The Hawks have a big 12-3 lead. They put up 9 runs in the 4th inning. Another 3 in the 5th to take a commanding 12-3 lead. There's more stats. 6.72 ERA. A little tough go of it. He pitched earlier in the day. Tough strikeout to walk ratio. 9 walks, 5 strikeouts. Not a great ratio there. The Saints down 9 runs. They don't want to use up too many of the pitchers. They're going to have a tough go of it tomorrow. They need 3 wins tomorrow if they fail to come back today to try and get that gold medal. And that's going to be a tough go for the Saints pitching staff. I'm sure they'll have Ferguson pitching probably in game 1 tomorrow. But O'Reilly, he only pitched 4 innings today. He should be available. And tomorrow on elimination game, it's all hands on deck on elimination day. If the Saints fall for this game, the next game ends their season. So everybody's got to get ready to play. So Groves will lead things off. He takes strike 1. Groves hitting .347 this year. His first year out of Peterborough, Ontario. Big slugging percentage, .571. He had a homer and 18 RBIs this season. Breaking ball misses. Brody on deck. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So we got a 9-run lead. So the Humber Hawks still looking to push one more across. If they can, they'll get a 10-run lead, which would end this game in the 6th inning. The mercy rules in our league play. The 1-2 pitch. Just misses outside. 2-2. So Cody Moore finds and deals. Big wind gust. Pop fly right side. Shortstop Ray over. Makes the catch for out number 1. Wind picking up here a little bit on this Friday evening. So Ryan Brody, the hitter. Another Peterborough product for the Humber Hawks, his second year. Brody hitting .341 this season. 4 doubles. Takes strike one. One of their stolen base threats. He had 4 steals this year. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses down and away. 1-1. Nobody on, 1 away. Bottom of 6. The Hawks look to put this game away. Fouled back to the screen. And here's Bath on deck. He's had a spectacular game. Pitching and hitting. The 1-2 from Cody Moore. Misses high. Two from Cody. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Out number 2. The right-handed catcher steps into the box. He's 1 for 2. Scored a pair of runs. Took that scary hit by pitch back in the 4th inning. He's been a leader on this Humber Hawks team, leading the way to this big 12-3 lead. Eggerin on deck. 1 strike to the batter. Curveball in the dirt. Runs the count to 1-1. Fastball misses badly. 2-1. Cody Moore working quickly. This is the 4th pitcher for the Saints today. Again, not trying to use up all their arms. They're going to have a long day tomorrow if they look to battle back in this tournament. The Hawks will be in the driver's seat if they can complete this win, needing only 1 more victory, where the Saints would need 3 more tomorrow. In there for a strike. Runs the count to full. 3-2. Misses high. Bath on base for the 3rd straight time. A hit by pitch, a single and a walk. Brings up the 9-hitter, Eggerin. He's 0 for 3, a pair of strikeouts. He did reach on an error. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. The mercy run is on first base. Pickoff attempt at first. Back safely. That's a new first baseman. That's Hood Wagner now, coming in for Robinson, getting his first action of the tournament. Fastball misses. So Robinson getting the rest of this game off most likely, down trailing by 9. The 2-0. Hit fouled back to the screen. Runs the count to 2-1. So Cody Moore sets and fires. Misses just high. Runs the count to 3-1. Misses outside. Ball 4. And the winning run is now at second. The Hawks will look to end this game here to try and save for their ace pitcher, Brandon Deans. Lockwood looks to end this ball game, the lefty in the box. Cody Moore misses again. It's 1-0 the count. Moore checks the runners. Just low strike. Strike one. Lockwood didn't like that one. That looked like a 12-3 strike. The 1-1. Fouled back to the screen. 1-2. That pitch was in the same location. Lockwood knew he had to swing at that one this time. So Lockwood looking to finish this one. The hit to the outfield could do it. The 1-2. Foul. Check swing. He stays alive. Cody Moore comes up to the set, the 1-2 pitch. Little chopper down the first base line. It hooks foul. We'll reset the 1-2. One and two outs. Runners on first and second. Again, that mercy run on second base in the form of Tyrus Bath. He looked to get a big lead off of there. Swing and a miss. He struck him out to end the inning. We're through 6 complete. Saints are down to their final 3 outs. We'll be back for the 7th here on We Digital.
Did you know that the most severe injuries in our region are motor vehicle crashes? 65% of road fatalities last year were directly the result of distracted driving. 90% of injuries arriving in our emergency rooms are preventable. Our message to you this summer is put down the phone. Just drive. Let's work together to keep our trauma stretchers empty.
What can milk do? Well, it can turn you into a morning person. It can help fuel some pretty tough stuff. And it can definitely make cartoons funnier.
No, it can't.
Oh, well, it can have a little edge. But come on, even kiddies love it. It'll keep up with you at any age. It makes engines whir and creme brulee creamy. It's one of the easiest labels you'll ever read. And anything that makes this happen is pretty special. In fact, what can't milk do?
And we're back here on We Digital, the OCAA Men's Baseball Championship. The Humber Hawks lead 12-3, doing all their damage in the 4th and 5th innings, scoring 9 and 3 runs respectively. Big right-hander, 6'4", Brandon Deans looks to end this as the wind gusts again. The Saints are down to their final 3 outs. The winner of this one moves straight to the gold medal match. Right now, it looks like it's going to be Humber, unless there's a miracle comeback by the Saints. The loser will face Fanshawe in the morning. So Poussin getting his first look. The right-hander taking his first at-bat. It's the 1-0 pitch. Check swing, strike called, 1-1 the count. Brandon Deans trying to finish it off for his Humber Hawks, the ace pitcher, OCAA Pitcher of the Year. In there for strike 2. The 1-2 coming to Poussin. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. His 11th strikeout of the ball game. Marin, the scheduled hitter, that doesn't look like him. That's Kratz, the backup catcher. Part-time third base, part-time DH, getting his first swings of the tournament. Takes a strike in there. Big Dean's 0-1 pitch. He's been money for this team ever since the first inning. The 0-1. High fastball misses. The wind picking up, blows the hat off of Dean's head. Gets to show off the flow a little bit. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Blows another fastball by him. From the windup. Just missed down and away. Runs the count even at 2. Kratz, a big righty in the box to transfer out of Centennial. Check swing. Misses. No appeal. Runs the count to full. Tall right-handed hitter in the box. 6'1". Fouled back to the screen. He's out of Ajax, Ontario. Had a good season. 269 in limited action. 1 homer. The full count pitch. Misses. Ball 4. Kratz is aboard with the 1-out walk. Top of the order now. That's still Ethan Palos in the ball game. One on, 1 out. Saints trail by 9 runs here in the top of the 7th inning. In there, fastball, strike 1. Dean still throwing pretty good heat. Not as fast as earlier in the game, but still getting it up there. Shakes his catcher off. The 0-1. High fastball. 1-1 now. Palos, he's 0 for 3. Strikeout and a couple of outs to the third baseman. The 1-1. Fastball misses low. A little bit throw. Catcher will come out and talk to him. Just to settle down their big righty, try and save some pitches off of him. I don't know if he'll be available tomorrow. Pitch count running up here a little bit in the 7th inning. I'm sure if a 1-out save is needed in a gold medal match, he'll be more than willing to get on the hill for their team. Two and 1, 1 out, 1 on. Saints down to their last 2 outs. High fastball misses. 3 and 1. So we do have some action in the bullpen. Looks like a lefty in the bullpen for Humber, just in case Dean's pitch count starts to get a little out of control. In there for a strike. I can't catch a number, but it's a left-handed pitcher in the pen. The payoff pitch. Fouled back over the screen, over Lacasse Boulevard in somebody's front yard. They'll have a souvenir when they wake up in the morning. Fouled down the left side. So that's Maxim Skoropadsky in the bullpen. Full count pitch. Fouled back over Lacasse Boulevard. We're running out of baseballs here at Lacasse Park. Another full count pitch coming. Little chopper, second base. Grabs that second, throw to first. Not in time. Spectacular play. That's Egrin over there. That was a tough hop over at second base. He made a great play. Kind of does the Olay on the stop. We'll see what the pitching coach has for the big righty. That was a great play by Egrin to get the second out. And they're going to call for the lefty. Dean's spectacular outing. An almost standing ovation from their Humber crowd. And the whole team out of the dugout to greet their big right-hander. 6 2/3 inning, 11 strikeouts, only 2 earned runs. And as the left-hander does his warm-up tosses, we'll take a quick break here on We Digital. And we'll stay with it here as the lefty warms up. There's Maxim Skoropadsky. The reliever, the left-hander, 2.33 ERA, 15 strikeouts over 9 innings. Nice strikeout rate. Walk rate a little bit high for the lefty. He won a couple games. He'll look to nail this one down for the Humber Hawks. So Deans, again, the OCAA Pitcher of the Year. 11 strikeouts. A shaky first inning, but after that, he was lights out, giving the Hawks a chance to get back in this game, and did so, putting 9 runs across in the bottom of the fourth to break it wide open, tacking on another 3 in the fifth, and that's where we stand, 12-3. Saints are down to their final out as the lefty takes his final warm-up tosses. Looks like Appleyard's the scheduled hitter. He's almost ready to go. And Appleyard steps into the box. He was the Saints' leading hitter on the season. He is 0 for 2 today, a pair of strikeouts and a walk. It was tough sledding against the big right-hander, Brandon Deans. Let's see how he does against the lefty. So the Hawks are 1 out away from nailing this one down. First pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Skoropadsky sets and checks. Misses high. So 1 on, 2 outs here. 2-0 count. Top of the 7th inning. Misses high again. 3-0. So Skoropadsky comes out of the bullpen, having trouble finding the zone. Bath stands up behind the plate to try and settle his left-handed pitcher down. Big deep breath from the pitcher. Comes set. Gives him the strike. 3-1. Late strike call, home plate umpire. Full count pitch. Coming up next. So they're down to their last strike. Hawks 1 strike away from advancing to the gold medal match tomorrow afternoon. The lefty sets. In the dirt, he walks them. So the Saints stay alive. They got a long way to go. Looks like a pinch hitter for the Saints. 37, that looks like Hartman. Zachary Hartman coming in to hit. Coming in for the DH, Josh Anderson. Zachary Hartman not getting a lot of at-bats in there for strike 1. He was only 5 at-bats during the season. He had 3 hits. Getting his first swings to the OCAA tourney. 1 strike to the batter. Check swing, misses. Catcher holds it there for the umpire, doesn't get the call. Runners on first and second, 1-1. The count. The lefty sets. Swing and a miss. 2 strikes. Way late on that one. It was in the catcher's glove before he pulled the trigger. Down to their last strike. The Hawks look to advance to the gold medal game tomorrow. The 1-2. Fouled back. Just got a piece of it to stay alive. Two on, 2 outs. Saints trail by 9. 2 pitch. Called strike 3. The ball game is over. The Humber Hawks are heading to the gold medal game. They pour out of their dugout. They beat the Saints 12-3. Thank you for tuning in to WeDigital.ca for all the tournament action. My name is Dan Dominguez, and we'd like to see you tomorrow here on WeDigital at 10 o'clock as the Saints will have to battle against the Fanshawe Falcons.